If you're a working mother or mother-to-be who would like to strike a balance between caring for your family and succeeding in business, welcome to Mother Industrialist Live Show, where we talk about entrepreneurship, parenting, and life. Kenneth Choo, the show host, brings in a different guest every episode to share how to perfectly balance parenting and work. Today, more than ever, you can choose to live life on your own terms, to craft a future for yourself and your family that is emotionally and financially rewarding. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 47 of Mother Industrialist Live Show, where we talk about entrepreneurship, parenting, and life. And I'm Kenneth, the host and also the author of Mother Industrialist. So this is my book here, you guys can see. Okay, so in fact, I've been missing from the live show for about a month because I'm busy with my book launch, which ended last Friday, and it was really a success and really awesome book launch. Had a lot of friends, business associates, mompreneurs, and I also invited two mompreneurs that I feel that their mompreneur story is really inspiring. And the guests that came down, they were so inspired and they left very awesome testimonials towards the end, and it was recorded on the video. And about my book, Mother Industrialist, in my book itself, I've interviewed more than two mompreneurs. In fact, I interviewed 15 mompreneurs that I personally know in the past 10 years. And I interviewed them and also featured their stories and how they start their business, what are their struggles. And they come from all walks of life, and there are 15 mompreneur stories that insight. And at the same time, I also share with the readers about the 3 P's that I have observed in the past 10 years working with mothers, working with mompreneurs, which is passion, purpose, and profit. So this is basically the blueprint of mompreneurship, or you can call it entrepreneurship. And last but not least, the last P, which is parenting. So parenting is the thing that holds these 3 P's together, and I'm really excited. But today is not about me. Today is about this really awesome lady that I got connected through a friend. She's also a mompreneur. She had appeared on my show, and she referred this awesome lady. She's an entrepreneur coach. She's also a mindset and empowerment coach for working women. She's also a mother of 2 beautiful children. So without further ado, let us welcome Martine. Hi, Martine. Hi.
Hi, Kenneth. Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Hi there. So thanks for coming on live and really agreed to be interviewed. I know we have been planning this for a month or so, coming to 2 months, and finally we got you on. And I'm really excited because what we're going to share today is the topic is how to live an abundant life as a mom. I believe that you have helped a lot of mothers, a lot of women to achieve the abundant life. But before we can officially kickstart with the show, there's a tradition that every guest gets to post the question of the day out to the audience and also to the next guest. So Are you ready with the question of the day posted by the previous guest? Before we can officially kickstart? Okay, so the question of the day posted by the previous guest is, what is your greatest challenge and what is your greatest win? Okay, spend some time to think about it while I go onto Facebook Live and see if we are connected successfully and if our audio are good to go. Okay, then I'll come back to you. Okay, good. Okay, let me just check. Okay, is it live? Okay, we are live. Okay, let's hear it. Okay, good. Okay, can hear you. Okay. I see people coming in, people tuning in. Good. Okay, I still can hear it. Yeah, good. Our audio are good to go. So you need some more time, or you are ready to answer the question of the day?
Oh my gosh. So my biggest challenge and my biggest win. That's it was kind of long. So I got it right?
Yeah,
basically.
Correct. Yeah, it's correct.
Okay. Gosh. Okay. I would say my greatest challenge was picking myself up after losing a lot of well, everything. Which is what I told you about when we first met,
Yeah.
Kenneth, was about almost 3 years ago. Actually, no, 3 years ago in 2015. So our lives were really turned around. I was successful, like a blogger, lifestyle and parenting blogger. And then my husband was, after 9 years in the company that he was working for, they had to force resign a couple of people, and he was one of them. So that affected our lifestyle, and I ended up being the sole breadwinner. But here's the thing, I had just given birth that year.
Wow.
So I had a 10-month-old baby. We had to think of somewhere to live because we couldn't afford the apartment, beautiful apartment that we had, where both my children were brought home and grew up in. And I really, really felt very low, so low that I got big, gained some weight. The things that normally happen when you lose your self-esteem. I also stopped blogging. I didn't know anymore what to do or how to face things. My greatest victory was a few months after that, so in 2016, which was when I found a new shot at life through entrepreneurship. So that basically gave me an opportunity to work with a friend. So she reached out to me without knowing I was depressed, not knowing that I was also looking for income. And she introduced me to a business, which I now still have. And basically that business, which was a wellness business, helped me to regain my health and helped me to subsequently help a lot of other women as well to not just get out of financial straits, but to also have a new mindset about life, about themselves. And it led me to the path of transformational coaching, which I now am doing. So I think that would be, off the top of my head, one of my greatest breakthrough from brokenness, being brought down to having a breakthrough. So I hope that was a good answer.
That is a good, one of the greatest win, I believe, that really makes you do what you want to do today, like at current
Absolutely.
moment, and also to empower a lot of women, like especially working women. And now Martine, now we can officially kickstart with the show. So
Okay.
yes. So in order to start, maybe you can do a short introduction of yourself to the audience, because they may be new to you, and also maybe they can find out more about you. So maybe you can do a short introduction of yourself. Where are you from? What were you doing prior to you starting your own business? And currently, what are you doing? And also moving ahead, what will you be moving on?
Okay. So again, hello to everybody watching. I'm Martine de Luna. I am a work-at-home mom based in Manila, the Philippines. So I'm married to Ton, my first and last love, because he was my only boyfriend. We have 2 children, Vito and Krista, aged 8 and 3. And I am a transformational coach. I love working in particular with mindset and empowerment. And I have a big love for women like me who work from home, because I know how hard it is. And I know that we need all the support and help that we can get. I also am a very big advocate of personal development. I believe that as long as we have a empowered mind, we can do anything. We can accomplish even the most difficult of goals and most challenging obstacles. I'm also I also love to draw, to illustrate. I have actually been doing that since I was a young child, and it kind of got really into it as a teenager. I love reading. I consume books. I even garage sale on books because I buy so much, read so much, and I take care of them that people also know me to be like a used bookstore. I I also love connecting with people on social media. So I'm a very active Instagrammer. I love Instagram. I love taking pictures here and there. I teach as well. So I have online courses right now on branding on Instagram and how to develop your platform if you want to be a blogger or a website owner or a small business owner. And what else? Oh, and I'm very much into fitness and eating well. So I love it. I love being able to inspire in all manner of things depending on what I'm learning. And I love God. I love God, nature, and connecting with the outdoors makes me feel alive. So I hope that was a good
Yeah,
introduction.
that's a good intro. So maybe, Martin, you can share with us what were you doing prior to whatever that you're currently doing? Like, how did you
Prior to
started?
this.
Yes, prior to
Okay.
this.
So as I mentioned, I've been a blogger. That's how I got into the work at home mom and the mompreneurship journey. So this was back in 2010. My son was less than a year old. And at that time, I was a preschool assistant teacher. So I'd been in teaching. That was my
The main
second
core.
job. Before that, I was assisting in a small publishing company. So I was doing editorial work, a lot of book editing, and so on. And then when I had my son, I felt a nudge inside of me saying, you have to find something else to do because this baby is going to depend on you, is going to need you. And I was breastfeeding at the time. So I said, why don't I explore freelancing? And I remember it was around May of 2010, I started to take on jobs for $5 an article. So $5, but I felt good because that money, I said, I'm making this money, but I don't have to leave my son. So maybe I can grow the potential of having a work at home job. And I did. A little bit later that year, I believe it was July or August, I wanted so much to work from home that I was looking at Craigslist. At the time, there were no other things to look at.
Not like
I was
Facebook
looking at
Marketplace.
Craigslist. There was no marketplaces because this was 2010, people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
That's
saw
not-
an ad.
That doesn't
and it
sound very
said-
long ago.
I know, right? But it's like
Like
ancient
that.
history right now. So
Time
I saw an
flies.
ad and I said, apply for creative director of and they didn't even call it social media marketing company, digital marketing company, online marketing company. So I said,
creative director, art director.
and I'd never been a creative director, but I said, you know what? I'm pretty good at learning things. I've always been pretty good at learning how to do things. I'm not smart, like I'm not like book smart, like I'm not a math person, but I can learn.
Yeah, street smart.
So the job entailed some sort of brainstorming, a lot of writing. So I said, I can write. So I applied. And the gentleman said the famous line from that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, sell me this pen. And I had no idea how to sell something using words.
Why do you need to sell a pen to? Like if you're
No,
doing
he said, sell me a lipstick. So he told me, okay, so to get this job, this is what you have to do. You have to sell me this lipstick. And I basically did it. I don't know how I did it, but I think I'm a big believer that God enabled me to do that interview, to say, okay, say these words, and this is how you sell a lipstick. And I became a very good copywriter because of that job. So that was my first function, a creative director of a copywriting department of a digital marketing company that eventually became a social media company. So I was with them for 3 years. And then when I felt like, and with that 3 years, I had ventured into mommy blogging. It became very big in between 2010 and 2013. So I said, why don't I develop this into something? I don't know. So I started writing a blog. I started to get noticed for writing that blog because I would write about being a work-at-home mom.
Mm.
And I believe that I found I've always been writing. I've been writing since I was 18, essays and things like that. But I believe that I found my passion in writing about what I loved because of my blog. And because of that, I started to get invitations to talk. In 2012, I was invited to do a workshop. I had never done a workshop before, but my good friend Ginger Arboleda of Manila Workshops, which is now a big event organizing company here, they reached out and said, could you do a workshop for work-at-home moms? So you know me, I said, okay, I don't know how to do this, but I'll say yes. I said yes. That led to over 20 work-at-home mom workshops from 2012 to 2015, including 3 conferences for work-at-home moms. So that's how it all started. It started with me saying yes and not really having a clear direction of how, but I've always been led, Kenneth, by what I wanted to have. So I wanted to be a mompreneur. I wanted to be a work-at-home mom. So God sent signs and opportunities, and I would just say yes, and I'd learn along the way.
Because you just grabbed the opportunity that
just
gave
grab the
it to you,
opportunity.
and I guess it's because you love what you're doing, and you love writing, you love sharing, and also you believe that you have something to give, and just that, because
I do.
a lot of mom they will not have that courage. They will feel that, hey, who am I? I'm nobody. I have no this skill. No, I do not have that skill. But in fact, this is why I believe that everyone, especially a mother, have something to give. Like every mom have a very powerful story, and that's the reason why I wrote my book, Mother Industrialist, and also interview moms. And to my surprise, like every mother that I interview, even like for you, we talk about it. I get to know you. I get to know, like today is episode 47. I've interviewed more than 60 moms, in the past 1 year. So I realized that everybody come from all walks of life, but with one goal, which is spend more time with their children. Because in a job, it is almost impossible. It is really rare that you can have a job that allows you to be a full-time mother at the same time, unless you are at a certain level, which will take years, and it's not easy at the same time. I would say like being entrepreneur is not easy, but I see like from you, the enjoyment, and also like you're doing what you love, because whatever that you are doing allows you to spend more time with your children, and that was the main priority. And I'm just curious, you were saying that you were teaching, right?
I
you were,
was.
you were teaching, so was that like a full-time job or like a
It
tuition
was. It was
teacher?
a regular 8 to 6 p.m. job. Those are the hours here in my country. So I would. It was actually a tutorial school. So I was assigned to develop programs for students who wanted to be tutored in certain subjects. So it was under a preschool, but I was tutoring high school students, and I was on top of tutors who were tutoring these students, mostly homeschooled. So I got very interested in homeschooling as well. Well, I was homeschooled for my last year of high school, right?
You mean
So I got
you
also
yourself?
fascinated.
You mean you
Yeah,
yourself? You got, oh, okay.
I was homeschooled when we moved back here from living in Singapore. There was one final year, year 12, that I had to finish. So year 12, I didn't want to go to school in any of the local schools here. It was just a personal choice because I think I've always been a personal choice kind of person. So I said, Mom, I want to serve in the youth ministry. So I was in the church at the time. So I said, I want to serve in the youth ministry, but in order for me to be able to do that, I want to be homeschooled. So I was the one who told my mother at 16. I
So
said,
which is
I'm going to
very
be
wise.
homeschooled. Yes. So I think I've always had it in me to be a go-getter type of person, perhaps. I think it's innate in me. That's why maybe when opportunities are shown to me, I tend to feel Am I going to say yes to this and learn along the way or not? So I think that that's an important thing. And you know what, Kenneth?
Yeah.
Motherhood, like you said, moms can take a lot. We
Yeah.
can, because we become moms by surprise. We're
Yeah.
prepared for 9 months to hold this thing in our bellies, but
Yeah.
after that, suddenly we're expected to know everything. But we actually are wired to learn anything that we want to,
Yep.
if we choose the result that we want to have.
Yep.
So
Which is
that's
which is true. And that's why I'm very fascinated by mothers, especially for those who even strive into getting into business, because their endurance level, their desire is so strong, especially as a mom, and they can push it through, regardless whatever that comes, because especially when, like for you, you're very optimistic, like since young you're very optimistic. When people throw you any challenge, you just take it. And I realized that you follow a lot about your gut and also your feelings. Like if you feel good about it, you just go for it. You don't even consider like what most people will be considering, like, am I good enough? Am I able to complete the task? Am I qualified? Am I certified? Am I whatever that is, they feel that they are not. Hello, little one.
She just wants to watch.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
have a
well,
guest. Yeah.
I think that came with this I don't know. I think that I learned it also. I think that a part of me has always been, if something were to happen to me and I wasn't brave enough to like be able to not save myself but do something to be a solution for myself, then is that the kind of person I want to be for my children?
Yep. Yep.
I
Being a
learned
role
that
model.
when my husband lost his job, and I really had to be the one to take care of things for about 2 years. So I learned that I had a very big respect for like single income earners, for instance, because I felt like, there are things that happen to us unexpectedly.
Yep.
Like finances can just be cut off like that, or your lifestyle can change drastically overnight.
Yep.
And I realized that we all need to develop that resilience,
Correct.
that gut feeling, ability.
Yep.
That if nothing, if you had to start from like ground zero, would you be able to?
Yep.
Because it happened to me. I went to ground zero and I didn't know if I'd be able to handle it.
Yep.
But because when you're a mother, your resources are really your children. You just look at them.
Yeah.
You just look at them and say, God, I'm going to make this work.
Yeah.
By hook or by crook, I'm going to be an awesome mom for you. And sometimes you have to also be that for your partner. Like if they need for you to be that for a while, you just have to decide. And that comes from the gut. And you're left to be creative and brave. I don't think that we can learn bravery and courage and creativity if we have it all, if we've studied it. There's no amount of study that can prepare you for the unexpected.
Yeah, life doesn't come with a manual that
it
will
doesn't.
teach you.
Motherhood, entrepreneurship, for all the entrepreneurship books that are out there, you still need a coach or a mentor to guide you, somebody who's been a few steps before you. So
yeah, what you say is exactly how I feel, and also what drives me. And what amazed me is, a lot of time, a lot of stories that I heard, even like from mompreneurs I interviewed, I realized that what makes them successful is because they went through the adversity, and a lot of them were at rock bottom, and the only way is up. And a lot of time they face things like their spouse got retrenched, and they used to be a stay-at-home mom, and suddenly they need to take up the burden, the financial burden that they're having, like you were saying that suddenly overnight the finances is all cut off,
Yeah.
the resources is all cut off, the things that you used to think, the job that you used to think that it will last you until you retire is no longer there.
Mm.
And a lot of case, like today I just received a news that a big, like how should I put it, like an organization, like a company,
Mm.
they suddenly fire like 90% of the whole workforce. And
Right.
that was so alarming. And
Mm.
imagine 90%, if let's say you have 1,000 staff,
Yeah.
90% is
Oh my gosh.
900 people jobless immediately, which which I would say in Singapore, a lot of local parents, a lot of locals still are not aware, or still maybe living in denial that it will not happen to them. But it's already
Mm.
happening all around the world.
Right.
Just that because they are always in a job, in the 9 to 5, in the rat race, they are always so narrow. They did not know
Mm.
what is happening outside the world. And when
Right.
it hit them, they have no time, like you would say, like the resilience and whether could they survive that. And because the environment has been very, like you have stayed in Singapore, you should know that we are very well protected,
Yeah.
well taken care of. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
things our environment protect us from it. But
Mm-hmm.
when it has reached a certain limit, it will just break
Mm.
through, and a lot of us we will not be able to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
and that will cause a lot of people not just losing job, they may lose their family because finances, they start
Mm.
quarreling, everything comes in. And the worst case scenario is people start to commit suicide because they could not handle the
Mm.
pain because of,
Because when it resorts to that, then it means that you've decided that the story is over,
yeah,
right?
which is sad. and
Sadly.
and and I hate it when a parent do that to end their life because they could not. And who's the one suffering? Because recent years we have cases like parents committing suicide, and also because of the stress, because of the
Right.
environment and a lot of stuff. And it's not just happening in this part of the world, it's happening all around the world. Just that over here we don't really hear a lot, but we get to see a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel that like for you, you've been through that. That's why you are giving back to a lot of working moms now. And you shared that you are like you are a mindset and empowerment coach for
Mm-hmm.
working women and
Yeah.
also working moms. What are the challenges that you see that working moms
Mm.
are having? Yeah, maybe you can share with
Well,
us.
majority of my coaching clients
Mm,
are working women. So I do coach women who aren't moms yet as
mm,
well. So a lot of them are maybe transitioning career, or they are exploring a certain path. And when you talk about mindset, you're really talking about a person's primary faculty,
mm,
which is, their mind. Your mind is everything. Your mind will tell you if you need to be brave,
yeah.
you need to buckle up, or your mind will tell you, okay, worth I am enough,
Mm,
I am worth the life that I deserve. That's all in your mind.
yep.
And I think one of the biggest challenge that women today face is they feel like they're not enough. They
Mm,
feel like maybe, and by enough, I don't mean qualified or anything like by qualifications,
mm,
but a lot of women struggle with feeling that they have to do more, or that they have to be more. So that's the common thread, I would say, that I see not just in my clients,
mm,
but in women all around the world.
mm,
This um, this pressure to be somebody perhaps that is not entirely who we are,
mm.
just because we think that will make us happy or fulfilled.
Where does that pressure come from? Is it from parents? Is it from the
Mm,
spouse? Is it from the society? Because I'm really curious because in this part of the
okay.
world in Singapore, we do have
Mm-hmm.
that, like women are striving to be stronger,
Mm.
to be career women, to
Right,
really
right.
like you say, to be more, to do more, to be good. It's like
Mm,
there's a like a stereotype or like a standard for every woman to be in today's day,
yeah.
where women are more educated now as compared to like my
I
mom's, like why is
yeah.
that so, like why does like my mom, she feel very confident of herself, she felt that it's enough, she's good enough. But
Mm-hmm.
why does women today, they feel that they are not good enough, they need to do more to prove
Mm-hmm.
others that they are better, or where does that come from? You have any thoughts on that?
Well, if I were to be very transparent, I think that I've gone through, and I still admittedly go through that. I have my own coach
Hmm.
that helps me to process things like that. But I believe that I think the sense of not feeling like enough is because we compare
Hmm.
ourselves with others, and we also judge
Yep.
other people
Hmm.
for having more.
Yep.
I know that a lot of us struggle with things like um, envy of
Yep.
somebody else. And you don't even have to be a mom. You can
Yeah.
just
Be
think
anyone.
that the grass is greener on the other
Hmm.
side, or this person has more money than I have, or
Hmm.
this person gets to travel more than I do. And we fail, I think, to look at the blessings we already have. And I know that sounds a bit cheesy and woo woo,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
true,
think
it's
one of
true.
the big issues that not just we as women face, but it's kind of magnified with us because we feel so many
Hmm.
things.
It's
We're
more feeling,
emotional
yeah. Hmm.
beings. It's the lack of maybe the
Yeah.
lack
Yeah.
of gratitude that we have for ourselves. It
Yes.
starts with us.
Hmm.
um, because women, we tend to look outward for approval, and I know
Hmm.
I've done this. Hello, I was a blogger. And I think for me, one of the wrong motives I had as a blogger was just wanting to be noticed.
Hmm.
You want to be noticed. It's a very, I would say, in my opinion, a very girly thing. You want to
Hmm.
be noticed, you want to
Yeah.
be loved, you want to belong and to be appreciated. And for me, I know for a long time that I rode on that. I fed on the attention that I was getting and that
Yeah.
I got. But when that went to my head and I lost it because
Hmm.
I couldn't, when you're a new mom
Hmm.
and you go through a lot of hormones and
Yeah.
feelings and emotions, it affects your work. And
Yep.
at that point, when I couldn't juggle being a blogger, being a freelancer, being a branding consultant, I dropped it all.
Yep.
And that's when I realized I was holding on to so many things because I thought that I had to be all of those things.
Hmm.
And I thought I had to please people.
Yep.
And I thought I had to say yes to everything and everyone.
Yep.
And then I couldn't. And coming face to face with that is I think it's very transformative if we let it be.
Yep.
That's why I believe that no woman is beyond breakthrough. I mean,
Hmm.
she can be so broken. She
Yep.
can have a nervous breakdown, be so broken. But if you allow her to transform her mind, hold the space for her
Yeah.
so that she can gently go through transformation, change, and be empowered, and she can step up. She can be anything she wants to be.
Hmm.
She can step into what her true identity is and what we
Yeah.
all are,
Hmm.
which is we are abundant.
Yep.
We're part of this big universe.
Correct.
We're all connected. So if the universe is abundant, if the earth is abundant, then so are we. And that's what I love about mindset and empowerment coaching, because you're able to journey with a woman who chooses,
Hmm.
yes, I want to step in to the new me, to the next me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so inspiring, like what you share, because you have been through that, and
Mm.
you're sharing, and I strongly believe that you have overcome it, and that's why you are using this experience, this adversity, this I would say your downtime, really to tell that, hey, you're not alone. I've been
Mm-hmm.
through that. Even I have not been through that, I feel you, because this is a journey that all of us will walk through, especially when you're lost, when everything that you have just crumble down, and like for you, you mentioned that when you became a mom, everything is so overwhelming in the society that you just throw it away, just give up. And I see that a lot in a lot of mompreneurs. They like a lot of mompreneurs that I interview, they have very fantastic career. They are like on the management level. They are
Mm.
commanding, maybe they are having a team of maybe a few hundred people all around the world. But just overnight, because of motherhood, they say, hey, this is enough. Okay, I donate all this, and they just felt that life shouldn't be like that. Like
Yeah.
my life, especially as a mom, should not be like that. And that's why they
Mm.
drop everything. And when they drop everything, they felt that, hey, my shoulder is lighter now. I can spend more time. I'm happier now. When I look at my child, I can see them smile at me. I can see them, even I bathe them. I change the diaper for them. I will be like smiling like from side to side. And that is what fulfillment is.
Yeah.
I realized that
Absolutely.
a lot of people, not just women, even for men, they are not fulfilled in whatever they are doing. They are just blind, do it blindly, they're just going through motion and just
Mm-hmm.
getting the paycheck from paycheck to paycheck. And they,
That was me. That was
yeah,
me. When
there's
you're a
a lot of
freelancer,
mm,
you do that. You say, okay, I need to make some money here. And sometimes you get fixated on just making the money.
yeah,
You forget to have a life. Like I got so wrapped up in all of those clients and all of those like, working here and there as a blogger that I turned to my son and I realized I don't know this boy.
yeah,
That broke my heart.
yeah,
And I didn't realize that until it was all like taken for, and nobody took it from me. I
mm,
took it from
yeah,
myself because I had let it get so overwhelming. So I think that it's so true, like what you said. Um, when you look at your child and you let that child be your motivation,
mm,
but it doesn't end there.
yeah,
Your child can't take the step for you.
mm,
You have to be motivated
yeah,
by yourself. That's why I was answering on another Facebook group earlier this week. Who inspires you? And I said, you.
mm,
You must inspire yourself. It must begin with you,
yeah,
not with a book,
correct,
not with this heroine entrepreneur that you look up to,
mm,
not with some show that you watch. You,
yeah,
you. So how do you inspire yourself? You realize that you nourish yourself with the right nourishment, and by nourishment I'm talking here.
yeah,
If you are around people who study functional food,
mm,
they will tell you that your mental health, that is your primary nutrition, what you
mm,
put in here.
yeah,
Because what you think about, your mindset, that is what will dictate your choices that you make for
mm,
your body, for your
yep,
environment.
yep,
So here has to be healthy here. What are you putting in here?
all right,
What is feeding this? Is it criticism? Is it like um, negativity?
negativity, yeah,
Is it talking down to the inner critic?
yeah,
Is it rants on Facebook about politics and things that are just being
poison,
magnified by the
yeah,
world? Or is it love? Is it not judging others? Is it
gratitude,
giving this person a chance? Is it forgiveness? Because when
yeah,
that is your nourishment, then how you present yourself,
all right,
even the way that you carry yourself, you will want to take care of yourself. You
yep,
will want to take care of your children. You
mm,
will want to eat well and be around people who inspire you
mm,
and who teach you.
yep,
So I think that's so important, Kenneth. We tend to focus on the money first,
mm,
but the money will come when we have taken care of this primary asset here,
yeah.
the mindset.
But I guess this is also very tough because I believe you do get challenged by your maybe coach. Like when the money come?
Yeah.
I have all this. What when? It's like they will keep asking you that
Hmm.
when would I see the money? As you say that my mind has to be there, my mindset to be there, I have to be positive.
Yeah.
But they will always ask you
Oh,
when.
yeah. It's not about like, okay, Don't get me wrong.
No,
Just
no
because
problem.
you want to work on your mindset doesn't mean you're like praying and meditating all day and reading. You have to take action. So there's a
Yeah,
thing that we call manifesting.
correct.
Manifesting is basically the art of making it happen. A lot of people think manifesting is wishing, like, oh, I wish for more money and more
No.
business and that I'll be a great mompreneur, and then it happens.
It's
No, you
not
have to
fairy
take
tale.
action. Yeah, so tell yourself, yes, I'm going to be an amazing mompreneur. I'm going to be a wonderful mother. I'm going to love my children in the way that I have been graced with because they were given to me. So I do have the gift to raise them. You believe that, then what will you do? Then you will want to take action. You
Action,
say,
yeah.
okay, how do I become best mom for my kids?
Yeah.
I won't yell.
Yeah.
I won't shout when they're getting on my nerves. I will be patient. I will exercise gratitude in front of them instead of pointing out another wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's manifesting.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to help them eat their vegetables
And you
a little
have
bit
to
more
eat.
easier today, right?
And you have to
And
eat
I have to
your
be
food.
I have to be eating those veggies too, right?
Yeah.
That's manifesting too. It's not all of this big, like, oh, like motivational stuff, like inspiring stuff just swirling around, but it's taking real concrete steps.
Yeah.
You want to manifest business, then work on your business. Work hard, do the deep work practice, like when it's time for business, that's all you do. You're not like Facebooking, you're not Instagramming, you're not seeing, oh, what's that mompreneur doing, or how, what's there to talk about over here, right?
Yeah.
You're working on your business. You're making more calls.
Yeah.
You're putting more effort into product development, diving deep. That's part of manifesting too. So mindset is not about just sitting there reading and meditating on books all day.
That is daydreaming, I would say.
Yeah, it's doing.
Yeah, it's
You
the doing, the
become-
execution, the
Yeah.
massive action. Yeah,
But the mindset guides that. So the mindset guards you from impatience.
Yeah.
As you're putting in the hard work, it guards you from complaining about an employee because you know that employee is making your business possible, right? So that's where the mindset comes in.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, I will say very much into the mindset is the perspective. Like most people will get a perspective wrong, not wrong on the other end. Like example, like I have a mentor that shared with me this story. Imagine you are in a restaurant and you ordered a bowl of soup, and there's a fly in the soup. What would you do? Like for you, what would you do?
Yeah. So there are two perspectives to that. You would either humiliate the waiter who brought it to you and say, oh my God, what is this restaurant? Or you'd take it out, you'd approach person in charge, and then gently, recommend, maybe you need to have a look at your kitchen, and be constructive in a proactive way.
All right.
Because what you would have done there is you would have not humiliated another human being, and you would have served a person who was of influence so that they could make the experience better for somebody else in the future.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really the perspective. So which is better? But most of us will just instead of reacting, we
would react. Yeah.
So that is something that I've learned. Like every things that I face, every obstacle that I face, or every challenges that I face, I will have that mindset, that perspective of like, okay, what if I do this? What if I do that? Which is of a better one, rather than you ranting about it, complaining about it. It's not going to solve the problem. How can you get the problem solved in the best, maybe in the win-win scenario? Who knows that you tell them they will give you another, okay, this meal is free. I get that.
Yes,
I get that
exactly.
often. Yeah, I get that often. Oh, thank you very much. Because they are afraid that you might complain after that. But if you get a good meal, I wouldn't even complain. I will come back again.
You'd be grateful.
Yeah. So this is like the tip top customer service, which a lot of people do not have that perspective. Yeah, because they feel entitled. So and you talk a lot about like coaching and personal development. Like how has it changed your life?
Oh, it has made all the difference. Because, right. So before I broke down, remember, I was doing it all on my own.
Mm,
Because sometimes we have this complex as women where we think that if we can do it all on our own, then we're okay. We don't need any help. I don't need anybody to help me. I don't need anybody to consult. I got this, But when your ability to handle it all is taken away from you,
mm,
you can't see. You're blind.
yep.
The blind can't lead the blind. So basically, asking for a coach's help, or basically investing in yourself by getting a coach, it's not a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
It's a sign of strength. It's the proactive mindset.
Yeah.
You want to work with a mentor, somebody who can chisel you because you want to be a better person. And personal development, the entire category of personal development, is all about helping people, not just to perform better, but to become better contributors for the planet.
Yeah.
The human being is wired to give. Doesn't it feel good when you're able to give to somebody?
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel good when you're able to help an old lady, like open a door, or give a chair to somebody who is disabled on the bus? It feels good to be able to do those things. That's because we are wired to give and to contribute. So when you develop yourself, you are actually showing a sign of strength that you want to contribute. Because what if my experience could help another person, like save her own life?
Yeah.
A lot of coaches, they become coaches because they had a reckoning or they had a transformation on their own. And it was such a breakthrough that they felt compelled to be able to share it with other people on maybe a professional level. Not all people who go through transformations become coaches, but certainly there are people who undergo it and believe that they are called to the profession. I've come to believe that I am called to lead women and to guide women. I've been doing it as a blogger, but now I feel like at this point in my life, I'm really doing it as a calling. So personal development, the people that you see out there writing books, giving talks, doing corporate trainings, doing one-on-one coaching, I believe that each of those people are doing that because they believe in this ability for the human being to hold space and serve through encouragement, through empowerment, and through just the understanding that, yes, I'm another human being and I can understand you. And I would like to hold the space for you to have your own breakthroughs. That's why I think the personal development niche is also growing worldwide. Because people love helping people.
All right.
That's just it.
Yeah, and I totally resonate with you. Is like for me, even until now, even during my book launch, I've asked everyone, why would a man write a book about mothers?
I did ask that.
Yeah,
I
so
did ask that about you.
everyone that's know me knew that I came out with this book, Mother Industrialist, and everyone asked me, be it men, women, okay, not children yet. So basically, anybody that I talk to, shared, they will ask me that question. And for me, I also ask myself that question. If it's not calling, what is it? What is it? I could have empowered dads, I could empower men, I could empower anyone. But why is it mother? But for me, I couldn't even imagine that I've like done 47 episode and now you're on 47th episode of this live show. I don't get paid. I just feel good every time. I feel good coming back to do the show for the brand new season, because to me it's very therapeutic. There was a mom and was asking me that, Kenneth, what is your agenda behind this? I said that if I tell you the truth, you may not like it. I said, what? Then she asked me what? I say, in fact, to me is to make me feel that to make me feel good. Because to be able to give, to be able to, because like hearing from your story, I get inspired, I get empowered, I get all this knowledge, and it helped me a lot. Imagine I've learned from 46 mompreneurs before you, with another 15 on my book, that
That's
helps me
amazing.
in my entrepreneurship journey, because I'm a parent.
Hmm.
Parenting, entrepreneurship gels really together. Is, I would say, is pretty much the same. Like I always shared, recently I've been sharing, like it takes a village to raise a child, and for a business you need you need a team to build a business, a big business.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's where about the calling and everything, I can totally resonate with you. Like why out of so many things we do not want to do, and we are doing this speaking, coaching, why are we doing all this? And it's a lot of energy, a lot of time, but I guess it's something that trigger empower me,
Hmm.
and every show to me is therapeutic, and almost every
I
guest told me
understand.
that after they come for my show, they feel, Kenneth, it's like therapeutic session for me. It's like I felt so good, I felt so light, because I guess it's when you share your story and it's genuine and you have overcome it and you're able to face your adversity,
Hmm.
and now it became opportunity and it became a strength to empower more people, and that's what I believe, that mothers is going to be the next economy mover, because mother has
I
one thing
believe that too.
that a lot of maybe men, single women will not have, is because of that love. Like
Mm.
on my book launch, I shared this part, and all of them agreed that, even the MC is, she's a mom of 4 children, and she said that, because I quote this example, like a mom, when a mom see another mom having difficulties with the strollers, with the children running everywhere, the mother will just walk in front, will head in front and help her to manage that, take care of the stroller, take care of the children and stuff like that, even though you do not know that mom at all. It's that instinct, you
It's
will go and
innate.
help. Yeah, it's in
Yeah, it's like
it.
you're drawn to help.
Correct. And you will
That's
not
right.
ask for any favor, because you know the difficulties, you know the challenges, you know the struggles of another mom, because you're a mom. Even like for me,
Mm.
okay, this is really, I will cut it short. That day I just happened to walk into the restroom. I saw a poor boy. He need to like pass motion. He need to really
Mm.
pass motion, and he
Right.
just cracked the whole of his pants, the shorts and
Mm.
everything, and he was crying. I was like, "Where's your dad?" He's like, "My dad is outside. They're buying dinner, and I'm so urgent. I come into the toilet. I couldn't take it, and the shit just," and he was just like legs apart, and all the shit was just all over him. I was like looking around, nobody was like there to help him. So as a dad, I'll just help him. And I do not have a son, I
Right.
have a daughter, 9-year-old daughter. So to me, it's new thing, and then just clear. And I was telling my wife that, hey, I'm stuck in the toilet because of this boy. And to me, I
Mm.
just felt that parents do have that, but I
Yeah.
felt that mothers mothers is unconditional, because I do see
Yeah.
some men that just walk past and left the kid there, and I felt so sad. But when for a mother, I would say that almost 99.9% they will go straight and help. So that's why I believe that the strength, that the love, that a mother have for the world or for anybody is very powerful, and that will move the economy, that will move the
Yeah.
world. Yeah.
It's I think that's um I think parents have
Mm,
what parents have is really the ability to enlarge their hearts,
yeah.
not just for their children, but for causes that
Mm,
they believe in,
yeah.
and for you know a message that they resonate with. So I
Mm,
really think that given the space, if we give ourselves the space, we can embrace so much more,
mm, mm,
like the ability to help,
yeah.
to give,
Mm,
to and like Tony Robbins always says. I'm sure everyone knows Tony Robbins, right? Um, we are only truly fulfilled if we are growing and we are contributing.
mm,
That's why the most successful people in the world
yeah.
are the people who they've grown through their own
Mm,
experiences and adversities. They've let life
yeah.
teach them. And because of that, they've been able to contribute. Like, look at any great leader. They don't
Yeah.
even have to be a motivational speaker,
All right.
but a leader, Mother Teresa,
Mm,
um, Oprah,
yeah.
all of these people who we know because of the people that they have helped, that they have, taught. Oprah made a living by telling other people's stories,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
I think that contribution is such a big thing, a big aspect of why mompreneurs, for instance, do what they do.
Mm.
They want to help.
Yep.
They want to contribute. They want to give meaning and purpose to things. And I believe that that is going to grow. That
Yep.
industry is just going to move forward.
Definitely.
Platforms are being created left and right to make it easier, like this.
Yeah.
I love the whole, you have a Facebook platform that you can utilize to put your message out there and help other women.
Correct.
I mean, that's amazing, Kenneth. Thank you so much for doing that for us.
Yeah, I thank every mompreneur for contributing and for sharing at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome, and I believe that time really flies,
Oh,
almost coming to
yeah.
the end of the show. It's really, I feel that, like, even before the show, I feel that this interview is going to be really awesome, a lot of tons of nuggets and stuff like that, and I believe that we have quite a few live audience that is have being with us. So maybe Martin, you can share with us, like, how can the audience get connected with you, and how do they reach out to you if they have any questions about personal development or even
Mm.
entrepreneurship, especially for mothers, especially for
Okay.
working moms.
All right. So I invite you guys to thank you. First of all, thank you so much for listening to us. And I invite you to visit my website. I'm at martinedeluna.com. So that is my website. That is where I have my talk about my story. I also have my coaching services over there. You can follow me on my Facebook page, which is Martine Deluna Coaching. And I do post there inspiration to help motivate you and help you to live a blissful life that you adore. And you can follow me as well on Instagram. So I'm an Instagrammer. I love Instagram. In fact, I'm on there every day sharing something. So you can follow me at Martine Deluna as well on Instagram.
Wow, thanks a lot for sharing. And have included Martin's website, Instagram, Facebook link in the description, so you guys can check it out. And last but not least, like I mentioned in the beginning, that every guest can post a question of the day out to the next guest and also to the audience. So, Martin, are you ready with your question of the day that will be posted out to the audience who are watching, for
Yep,
listening, and also to the next guest? So, are you ready with your question of the day?
I am. I
Okay, give
am.
it to us.
Okay. My question for the day is, if you were to have a perfect day, what would it look like?
Okay, if you have
If you were to describe your perfect day, what would it look like?
okay, describe your perfect day.
I always
How
love asking that question.
how will it look like,
How would it
right?
look like? Yeah. How
Okay,
would your perfect day look like?
okay. So the question of the day posted by Martin is, if you would to describe your perfect day, how would it look like? Am I right,
Yeah.
Martin?
Yep, that's
Okay,
right.
so this question is posted out to you guys who are watching, who are listening, especially for those who are coming on live. This question goes out to you. Drop your comments. Share with us your answer in the comment section, and me and Martin will be very happy to see them and even to reply you. And also at the same time, this question of the day goes out to the next guest. So next guest, do get prepared for Martin's question of the day. And last but not least, any last advice for the mothers who are maybe they are sitting on the fence thinking whether they should
Mm.
pursue entrepreneurship or they should pursue their passion. So what is your last
Mhm.
advice for them, Martin?
My last advice would really be um, go with your gut.
Hmm,
Go with your gut.
that's good.
They say that the gut is your second brain, so it really thinks for you.
Mm-mm.
And it's all about learning to realize how you would feel. I would say if you are aspiring to be a mompreneur, do this. Imagine yourself as that mompreneur already. How
Mm.
does it feel? What is she doing? What is your perfect day like as that mompreneur? If what you see is good enough for you, then it might inspire you to at least take the plunge and start to learn the first step of entrepreneurship. So yeah, visualize what it would be like, what your perfect mompreneur day is like. If that's good enough for you, then start exploring your options. Take a course, go to a webinar, read Kenneth's book. Take the
Thank
first
you
step.
very much. Thank you, Martin. Yeah, so that is very, very good advice, and especially I like it when you talk about like to visualize how is it like, because with visualization and also in manifesting, definitely everything is possible. Like for me, I've been visualizing that I'm an author. I'm able to do Facebook Live, connect with a lot of mothers, and also and this is something that is very good advice, especially for mothers. And I also want to thank those that are coming on live. There's Lay coming on, there's Jenica coming on, there's Jacqueline, there's also Kimi, there's Gus. So thanks for those who are coming on live and to really make time to come to watch us, to watch this interview, watch this episode. And last but not least, Kenneth here signing off with Martin. And thanks Martin for tuning, for coming on live, for spending the time, and also thanks for those who are watching and listening to our Mother Industrialist live show. And I shall see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys.
Yay.
Thank you everyone.
It was so much fun. Thank you guys. Thank you,
Martin.
Kenneth.
Thank you. See you
Bye.
guys in the next episode.